Hi, everybody. Camera's there. Background took a second to load in for no apparent reason. We can close down the music now. Hello, hello, and welcome back. This is video 2. If you're wondering why I'm saying welcome back in video 2, you're watching the wrong video. Go watch the other one. Community building comes first. Tonight is character building. As always, in my lovely group of chucklefucks, we have
Hi.
Tellulah and Chill, Aegis,
Hi.
Grandpa Butters,
Hello.
and last but not least, the irascible SingleletterJ.
I'm not Grandpa Butters.
You are, in fact, not Grandpa Butters.
That is true.
And I'm not Aegis.
All right, so
And I'm not blurry. Camera, thank you.
as you'll see in the last video that's on the same playlist, we created the community, which has been recently dubbed the Spring Street Takeout, which is a roving band of food trucks and problem solvers led by Grandma the Goblin, of which we have a group of envoys. What the envoy system does in Subversion is it basically ties your characters to the community and makes your characters representative of them. It's really great. I really enjoy it. But as always, I do want to remind everyone that we are watching, or that you are watching us use completely play-tested rules or playtesting rules. These are not the final rules. Things will change. These are just the rules that we have as we are recording. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'll switch over to that scene. And PC generation. There are 14 steps. They seem like a lot. They really aren't. It's a good step-by-step way to introduce it. But one of the big things I do want to take note of, and I know that Aegis has her notebook ready, so I want to make sure that she gets a view of this. As you can see, like the way you're choosing your cast for your community works is they give you bonus fortune for going lower cast, less fortune for going higher cast. That being said, we're starting the lower middle, which is what they think is the good starting casts to be. And they have a breakdown. So every character starts with 275 fortune. This is basically what you use to buy everything. But they have it conveniently broken down. I really do love this, because there's a lot of games out there that have just point buy is point buy, get lost and get fucked. By the way, if you don't realize, we swear. Something that's really great about Subversion is they give here's our suggestion. You don't have to follow it, but here's our suggestion. So, hold on, we just lost a camera, which means everything got a little screwy. Give me just a second, folks.
No.
And we're back. Sorry about that. Slight weapons malfunction to steal Jay's joke after, he was fixing his camera. But yes. So we go over to here. And so, before we got interrupted, what we were talking about was the fact that Subversion breaks down. They give you 275 fortune, and that's complete point buy to buy everything, and then breaks that down for you into what's the different areas and what they suggest, which is great. And you can tweak it a little bit left and right, but it really is a solid character build from that. And I got that up on the screen now. I know a couple people are taking notes of that, and I want to give them a chance to. When everyone's ready to move on, let me know.
I've got my thingy open too. What page is that, by the way? 83?
Yeah, yep, this is page 83.
Okay. I'm on page 84, so there we are. Let me go.
Out of the game.
Top of the class.
All right.
Shut up, nerd.
So, step 1 is choosing your lineage. Lineage is the terminology used for the species that your character has. There were 7 lineages in the world. 1 is missing, though I believe they're actually looking to put it back. We'll find out. But the 6 lineages available are human, dwarven, elf, orc, goblin, and yetn. And yetn is the catch-all for any of the big folk. So Sasquatch, ogres, trolls, yeti, all that kind of stuff all go under collectively yetn. So those go through starting on page 84 and moving on. And they have... So basically what you get to do is they have like brief descriptions, but there's also a list of lineage options, and you get to choose one from the list for your character.
Yeah,
And if you look in the top left-hand side of your character sheet, there we go. Underneath pronouns, it'll give you the lineage option.
Typing mine in.
Got that chuckle.
Sorry, we've been talking about it. We're just excited. Oh, Aegis, you've seen remember the Mighty Ducks 2?
Oh, vaguely.
Well, that's not gonna help.
Aw, are you guys gonna be Bash Brothers?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay, Bash Brothers I know.
Okay, nice. All right, yeah, that's kind of where my brain was going.
That
I'm
I
like,
get.
Like, yo, we're gonna be the two big ones. Oh my god, we could be like the Bash Brothers.
So, for those playing along at home, it does look like Aegis and Jay have both chosen Yetn as their lineage.
No, actually, I'm an orc.
You're an orc. Ah, okay.
I like my tusks.
You want the tusks? That's okay.
Teeps.
And I believe both Lou and or Tellulah and Butters have chosen elves. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm going Elven.
Okay, so for the elven lineage options we have are graceful agility. Once attributes have been chosen, add 1 to agility. Benefits of long life. When using a skill at rank 1, you gain reliable 2. Basically, what that means is that when you roll for a skill that's... every skill starts at 1, and if you don't put any more points into it, you at least get... the lowest you can roll on your dice is going to be a 2. Just to kind of give you an option to... be a little bit better in having picked up things over your long life. Hail, if not hardy, which gives you plus 5 health. Keen Eye, which is plus 1 dice to observation rolls. And Fey Sight, plus 3 on rolls to detect or identify magic. What would you guys like to choose for your character?
Ooh. Probably Keen Eye for my character.
That would make
I was
sense
thinking
for
that.
you, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going Watchdog later.
What are you thinking, Tellulah?
Either graceful agility or the long life.
Okay.
Let's see, because graceful agility, once attributes have been chosen, you get plus 1 to agility attribute, and then the long life is skill rank 1 untrained, and then you gain reliable 2.
Yeah, so what do you get a better feel for your character of? Do you think they are more lithe and graceful, or do you think they are just the fact that they've been around, they have done pretty much everything, and always have a little bit of an anecdote to tell?
Probably graceful.
All right, go ahead and jot that down. You can actually sneak that into your lineage section, like just do elf / graceful agility. Let's go find ourselves some orcs.
You rang?
Aha. When my PDF picks... There we go.
So I thought this one was going to be particularly good, especially for our little group. Orcs' lifespans are directly affected by the quality of food that they eat. So if they spend their lives eating nothing but shit, they won't live for very long. But if they do, they can live upwards of 175 years.
There we
Like
go.
it says there in that first paragraph that
It
I
does.
got really stoked about when I read, and I'm like, oh, hey! Like, so it is, we're doing food truck stuff, so, it's obviously very important to me to eat well.
Absolutely. Do you have an idea what lineage option you're going to take?
I did. Hold on, let me reread. Once attributes have been chosen.
Porcine snout.
I mean, a lot of orcs have
Oh
porcine snouts in there.
wow, that. You're right. That does not say porcelain, does it?
No, it does not.
What-
It's
what?
porcine. You got yourself a piggy nose if you take that one.
Get a cute pig nose.
I don't want a damn pig nose.
Then you don't have to take a damn pig nose. It's a whole list.
Wait. So you're telling me if I could pick Destiny through Passion, I can get 2 more Aegises to play with us?
Oh my
Sadly,
God.
no. It just means that It does mean though that you are particularly resistant to magic attacks, which if your character is gonna punch ghosts, that actually is a solid choice.
Then yeah, let's go. Not porcelain snout. Let's.
I go Destiny through Vision.
Yeah, let's go Destiny through vegetables. Yeah.
Okay,
That
that's
also
exactly.
mean that your snout would be delicate if it were porcelain. Like if somebody punched you in the face, it would be...
No.
Oh, it just shatters over and over again.
Oh God.
All right,
You in the
and
nose.
last but not least, our Yetin. Do you have an idea?
I was between size and natural weapons. Because I like having claws, but I also like being brawny as fuck. So I think I'm gonna go with size.
Okay. So you can do
So-
size, and when you do size, go ahead and actually just put your brawn to 3 right now.
Yeah, I just
On your character sheet. Good. All right.
Yetin.
Step 2.
I'm gonna put
Aegis
Yetin and then Biggin.
Biggin. That works.
Biggin.
Aegis Yetin is
He's a
beefy.
biggin.
All right. Step 2 is your origin. So while your lineage is what you were born as, your origin is basically where you came from. There's a couple different options here. I'm going to go through all of them. Chaldani is North Atlantican and Scansian. So basically, in our timeline, it's like the North American, Norse, Scandinavian cultures. It's also where a lot of dwarves are from. That's still Chaldani. Cherokee is the goblin South Atlantic, and so South American culture, and it is more about brains and trying to figure your way out of problems than like muscular, like solving problems and things. Sorry. Also about the Chaldani is that they have a big pirate heritage. So the Gasulian are the orc-dominated nomadic cultures. It's more the Mediterranean. And then again, this is all like where your character's coming from. If your character was born in the Babylonian Empire or culturally is from just the mix of hodgepodge from Babylonia, from Neo-Babylon, then the Babylonian background is right there and perfect for them. And that has a couple of different options like urban, wealthy, impoverished.
I like how punchable arrogance is one of the
Yes.
drawbacks.
I mean, there's the Altafirin, which is the United Yetin Conference, which is basically a lot of Yetin didn't like going around other cultures, so they just kind of stuck to themselves. There's the Dobrosiliande. Sorry, the Dobrosiliande. Yeah, sorry. It is a bit more French inspired, but it's also where the elves showed up. So it's very much of like they just got through with the fairy wars, where the elves had to basically fight back the Fae into the Fae realms. And that's the last option we have. And there's also generic drawbacks. So basically the way this works is your culture gives you 2 benefits and then 1 drawback. Does anyone have an idea of where they want to be from first?
I was leaning towards Altafirin.
Okay. So you get to choose 2 from the list. Ogre training, good image, Yetin Kelfolk,
That just sounds hilarious to me. 'Cause I'm not quite sure what creatures necessarily exist, but I just imagine like just a giant being on this tiny horse.
That
Well,
sounds
I mean, tiny horse.
delicious.
There's also a lot of griffins and griffin species that came through. Like
Okay.
the
Right there.
like-
Oh, they're so cute too.
like the beagle, which is a dog eagle
That's right.
configuration, and the parakeety.
Oh, so
I like
cute.
how it's just a beagle, but like it's beagle, but it's
Yes,
a
beagle.
eagle,
Yes.
but it's beagle.
Eagle. Get it?
I know what I wanted my drawback to be. I wanted my drawback to be not made for me.
That
Unless
definitely
otherwise
fits.
noted. Huh?
Yeah,
Nothing
that definitely
fits me.
Nothing fits. Banging your head into everything.
Except for my food truck, because my food truck is going to be the only thing
Yes.
that's me size, which is why I'm personalizing it a lot in my mind.
So, what are your two options we're going for? I would not recommend Stealthy Hunter. We're staying in the urban setting of Neo Babylon for this campaign.
Ogre training seems good. I feel like I'm gonna, because I'm gonna be doing a lot of cyber anyway, so I want
Yes.
cyber fixins. So we'll do ogre training, and we'll go with cowfolk. Why not?
There you go.
Yeah.
While we're doing that, by the way, what subspecies of Yetton are you? Are you an ogre, so you have less fur? Are you?
Wow.
Shush you. There's actually questions.
personal,
Sasquatch.
okay.
Are you? Oh, it's not a personal thing. It's something I have to know as the GM.
It's also something that's quite literally listed, so it's just the way they evolve. God. I mean, I was thinking I was gonna be more like Yeti.
Okay.
More snowbound.
More snowbound.
I
but
mean-
more standard Yeti when you think
Do
of.
you snowboard?
The white fur would take very well to different dyes.
Yes, but also I know
Oh,
that
good call.
there are cyber things that I can use to change my fur color,
True.
my skin color, which is what I was going for. But you are right about just dyeing it.
Alrighty. So that is Aegis taken care of. Who's up next?
Well,
I'll
I
go
was.
next.
Oh, go for it. Go for
No, please, ladies first.
it. Well, I appreciate that.
I love you.
I know you do. I'm gonna go with Debrosiliande.
Yep.
For my elf
Me
because it makes sense.
too.
All right. The elves again being from the same kind of
Are
culture.
we
It fits.
twins?
We are, and we have no sense of humor whatsoever. Apparently,
I mean, they literally like not even like generations ago, like literally within the past 5 years, just got out of a war with the Fey realm.
that is true.
One of the big gangs in the Undercity. So, Gangs in the Undercity is a mini game that Fraggin Unicorn Games have made in the same world. One of the gangs is called the Valkyr, who are from Debrosiliande. And they are elves who were so elf first that they got kicked out of their own country for being too like elf supremacist, and their whole thing is we are going to spend our time in Neo Babylon to get enough power to go back, topple the government, take over, and put ourselves in power. They are
Okay. Yeah.
there, yeah.
Hardcore.
So, you guys have two options for the origin options. I don't recommend Forest Dweller because, well,
Nah, I reconsidered.
I mean, you can choose,
Inspired roles.
yeah, you can always you can always choose it if you want, but we're not going to go into a forest. So, it's basically just choosing it to have it on the character sheet. Butters, what are you thinking?
I like I Escaped,
Okay.
game +2 on all grit tests, and mandatory service.
Ooh, yeah, and that's starting to paint a
Because-
good character for you. Like
Yes.
some good background stuff for your character. All right, Tellulah.
Yeah, I like all of this.
I was also gonna do mandatory service, but pretty hollow words.
Pretty hollow words I could see. I also know that you are looking to play a Baru or a Sacred Artist. There's also Inheritance of Deeper Arcana.
Yeah,
Oh
I
no,
didn't
sorry,
know if
that's
that would
nope. Sorry,
No?
I just
Okay.
that's Arcane Arts, so that's if you're doing the mage, not the Sacred
Oh,
Arts.
okay.
My apologies. So yes, go ahead and write those down.
Okay.
And then you guys have to pick a drawback. And it burns us. You have a cultural opposition to metallic weapons and gear. It does burn
Sorry.
us. There you go.
Sorry.
-4 on tests where you were forced to use them because, cold iron is bad. Cardio is better. -1 to brawn. So basically, you're not tough. You are stringy.
String
muscle.
bean.
We got muscle in the group. It's
Where do
fine.
we put the drawback?
Why are they?
I don't
Shoot.
know if there's a spot for it. If there's
Why have
not, there's a note section at the very bottom.
Yeah,
Shush,
I put
everybody.
mine in notes.
Jeremy
I put
Tellulah?
mine in notes on the bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
There's the Incura, which is elf only. Your community still talks about the fairy wars and are bitter they aren't able to crush their enemies. You have picked up bad habits from them. Whenever you use an impulse, you gain 1 less grit unless the impulse involves arrogance towards others, and then gain
But you
+1
can't
grit.
crush your enemies.
You can't. They didn't. Like you're used to it at this
Ew.
point. Or you guys can't choose Insular because you're that's non-elf only, and you guys are both elves.
Don't do that one, guys.
So what are we thinking?
Probably cardio is better.
You stringy bastard.
I know.
He's not
But I
stringy,
mean-
he's wiry.
It burns us doesn't make any sense for what I have planned later, so
No, it does not.
cardio is better.
What are you plotting, Butters?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would!
Yes, that's why she asked, dipshit. Jeez. So
I'll have to be
rude.
patient.
We'll get there.
We'll get there when we get there.
When we get there.
Tellulah, what are you thinking?
I'm still looking at drawback, so
Yep, that's what we're.
okay. Because I didn't see any of that. I was thinking the chemical relationship.
Your chemical romance?
Yes.
I'm sorry about that. That was
Yes.
Oh, there's the generic drawback.
Yeah.
You can always choose a generic drawback as well, or you can choose one that's
Yeah.
just for
Let me
Velcro.
look back up there and see if one
Okay.
even.
Come on, you.
Wait, how does it give you less grit? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
So
I think
it's-
I'll take the chemical one.
Okay, your chemical relationship,
Hmm.
which is whenever you use an impulse, gain 1 less grit, unless the impulse involves drug, then gain plus grit. So basically, the way it works, Jay, is it locks your impulse into being that. If you want your impulse to be something else,
sorry,
it's going to give you
I was looking at struggles.
struggle. Oh, it's going to be for orc.
No, just in general. I was just curious. I'm just looking. It just says you struggle to find peace. Sorry, you struggle to find peace you're looking for. -1 grit. I feel like you'd be like
So-
grittier if
The
you
way-
couldn't find your peace.
I see where you're going. The way this works is instead your grit is kind of like your own mental how like being able to persevere and push through something. If you don't have that inner
Okay.
peace for the struggles, you have less of a foundation to push back against and say
Okay,
no,
gotcha.
this isn't happening. But that being said, Jay, we are up to you. Do you have a feeling of where your character's going to be from?
I'm kind of brunching right now. I'm a little waffling.
Okay.
I'll have what I'm having.
Hopefully. Talk me through it. What are we thinking?
Well, the only thing I can really see for like an orc, Oh wait. How the hell did I miss this one? What's the
The Gasulian, the people of Tulka. It's the Mediterranean. It's where the nomadic orc dominated culture. Yeah.
Oh, where the hell did that one come from? Son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
hidden there.
Beginning of the
entire
list.
Well, I already know where. I know who Senka met. I've seen what they look like. They are freaking badass looking. So, messy, Mediterranean. I can relate to that. Yeah, I guess we can go with that.
Okay. So what are the two benefits we're going for?
I feel like bravery is probably gonna help, and I would imagine arcane development as well.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of as well. Definitely.
So essentially, just for anybody out there, I'm new to these kind of things, so I like to, when I'm building a character, I pick a fictional character that I would like to portray for the funness of it. In this particular case, I'm aiming for Dean Winchester with tusks.
And firebending.
Well, I
And
mean,
fire.
he has a lighter. He can already do that.
He does have a lighter. It's true.
Yeah, see? So I don't know how much lighters exist here, but, the firebending, I mean, how can you say no to firebending? So just so you all know, that's where my brain currently is.
All right, and so that we do need to grab a drawback.
So a drawback, I was actually already looking at these. I was thinking history of violence might be a good one. Whenever you use impulse or whatever, because
Where is that? Is that another generic
that's
drawback?
a generic drawback. Yeah.
Okay.
If that helps in
Yep.
the slightest.
It does. It tells me where to look. Because I was looking at the Gasulian drawbacks.
Gotcha. Dark thoughts. There's a certain nihilism that runs through certain parts of. Yo, where do I sign up for that in real life?
All right, history of violence could definitely work. Anything popping for you off of the Gasulian list or no?
Your family has passed down stories of those tyrants that stole their dictators, feeding into the position. You have an inherent problem with authority. Whenever you have an impulse, gain one less grid, unless that impulse is somehow anti-authority. Well, I think
So
all of
going
a
for-
sudden, Legacy of the Fairy War might be kind of.
There we go.
Yeah, you do. You already knew. I love those
Alrighty.
two.
He knows you.
Yeah.
So that's moving on. That's our origin. And like I said, it's one of those things of, like, we were making these videos off of stream because these are going to be streamed games on February 7th, being the first day. That being said, we're making these videos off because it takes a little bit longer to make the characters and do the community, and that might not be like the best thing to have on stream. But these are going at a pretty quick, clip. We don't have to, we're not spending a massive amount of time in any one type of area. We're up to your background, step 3. So this is basically, this doesn't give you like anything really one way or the other. It's just kind of like a role play inspiring thing, to kind of give you an idea of like how your character lived before becoming an envoy. And those are things like agriculturalist, apprentice caster, artist, baru or baru born. So basically you are a priest or you served at a temple. Booted out, you're a former lawjack, criminal. Downtrodden or a refugee. Explorer, influential. You can always be an influencer. Mercenary soldier, rebel, and wage slave. So you're doing the good job. Wild card means that you were all kind of crazy and doing off your own thing. Or a Yojin apprentice. The Yojin is the sublime art, which is what we're joking about it being firebending, but it's all about like taking the mana into yourself of one of the 4 core elements. So Yojin apprentice might be a choice for you, Jay. Anything sticking out to people?
Agriculturalist.
I was
I would definitely say
originally
that fits for you,
thinking
Tallulah.
that. What?
For me.
Just the agriculturalist for Tellulah definitely fits.
Oh yeah, with the garden,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. I was thinking I would be from like a wage slave background, and that's why I have like, because I worked for somebody, and again, nothing fit me. So I
Okay.
didn't fit in there. So I said, "Fuck you! I'm going to make my own
I'm going
food truck with beer and hookers."
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Go for it. Butters?
I'm kind of torn, actually.
Okay. Talk me through it.
Kind of what I'm going for. I mean, booted out kind
You're
of
not
makes
hosting an
sense.
intergalactic kegger.
Because if I'm going for like, yes, I'm going for an intergalactic kegger.
Yeah.
If I'm going for like that neo-noir detective kind of a feel,
Mm-hmm.
former LawJack already have kind of the skills.
Yeah, I could definitely see
And
that.
don't like the authority figures anymore. Yeah, I think booted out fits better than refugee.
There we go.
Booted out.
Uh,
Booted out it is.
Jay, are you going for Yojin Apprentice or are you going for something else?
Now we can only have one. There's no question there.
Only have
That's what-
one,
yes.
and this doesn't mechanically change anything. This kind of just gives you a flavor for what you're thinking. So while picture it like using like Cobra Kai as an example, if you were a Yojin, if you know you spent part of your time at like a Yojin temple and learned, and spent the rest of your time being like a mercenary soldier, it's whatever you would feel defined you more. Both of those things
Okay.
could still be true. This is just what stuck out more for you.
Well, I mean, that being, I kind of feel like Rebel almost would.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, like I still want like awesome firebending shit, but like this, it just seems like Rebel fits not with my character, with my background.
Oh no, it definitely does.
So,
I do not
Rebel.
knock that at all.
So,
You're
this
a rebel
place is
without a
a mess.
cause.
Rebel.
Okay, so now now you guys have to choose your cast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this can be different
Mine says
than.
loser on it.
I mean, yeah, it
Aw.
says lovers. I thought. By default, your cast is the same as the community. So that is lower middle cast, and so we have normal starting fortune. You can choose to have a not drastically. You can choose to have a different cast than the community itself, and be either like the poor kid among this group of people, or like the Johnny Mnemonic style, like I want my $10,000 hooker, complaining,
I want room service.
that yes. That being said, that will affect your fortune. So you have the 275 points to start off with. If you go upcast, you start losing fortune. If you go downcast, you start gaining fortune. I would
Our base is
recommend
4 currently, right?
your base influence is for the
Okay.
community.
We're
You're
lower middle.
Yeah, your lower middle cast is 275 starting fortune points. So that's why, like, elite cast, you can knock off 125 starting fortune, but you are, like, you go back to the Mighty Ducks movies, you're fucking the Emilio Estevez starting the first movie, where he's like the lawyer supreme, slicked back hair. You look like you just stepped out of the shower. I know I went to 3 on that one, but still.
2. It's 2. But
Is
I
that
still
2?
love you. That is 2. Yeah.
Is 3 the college one?
Yes. 3's the college
Okay.
one. He's like in it for like 3 seconds.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm a little
Hassan
upset that we
Pfeffereggs.
also have to start off this game in some kind of debt, but I'll keep that to myself.
You don't have to. You can choose to. You can choose. You don't have to. But yeah.
So we can make the choice to not be in debt.
It gives you bonus fortune if you go into debt. So that's the thing. It gives you like more character points.
Oh well.
Yeah. So does anyone want to
Makes you
just
more well-rounded.
Yeah, does anyone want to have a cast that's different than lower middle? I would honestly, I will go say this flat out, I would not suggest it, considering it's going to cause, like, you know, different maths and different equations and everything like that down the line for the rest of this video.
I'm
if
fine
some-
with lower middle.
Yeah. I'm
Is
solid
that
with
going to make it more difficult on you?
A little more difficult on me, and it also changes things up for you for, like, the rest of the
Well,
experience.
if I could go down or...
Yeah.
No, it's, yeah, let's just stick with the lower middle.
So yeah, basically you're fine. Everything's good. Next you have to choose an impulse. So impulse is 26. We're on 93. Somebody help me remember that. So these, remember how last video when we chose the impulse of the entire community, and the entire community would just get fucking drunk and high?
Yes.
So now we
Yes.
gotta find out what your personal triggers are. So again, just to remind us, there are indulgence, which is basically giving into something, whether it's, you know, having a feast that, or, you know, alcohol or drugs or something. There's a phobia, there's pride, and there's impetuous. So
What page are we on?
this is going to be page 26 and 27. It basically goes back to the basics.
Okay.
No, that's not.
So,
Buttons.
I mean,
On your underwear.
probably indulgence for
Yeah.
me.
okay.
I think.
And you should have an impulse section, right?
Mm-hmm. It's either whatchamacallit, it's either indulgence or impetuous.
Okay. And don't forget you get to mark down your trigger and your response. Anyone else have an idea for their character?
I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, go for it,
Nope. Go ahead.
dude. We think the same things at the same time. Like
I know. Just do the thing. Just do the thing.
I'm gonna go with
Just
indulgence.
go!
I'm going indulgence. Yeah.
Okay, you got that whiskey bottle in your bottom drawer.
Oh, you know I do.
You know it.
All
I'm
right,
making
Jay.
I'm making old fashioned.
Jay, are you also going indulgence?
No.
Oh, really? What are you going for?
Impetuous.
That fits.
Yep. That's why I picked it.
One of us has got to be impetuous.
Well, I mean,
And-
yeah. I don't feel like what I'm doing and why I'm doing is necessarily pride.
Yeah. Plus, with the whole
so
with the whole rebel aspects of it, and you have
Yeah.
the legacy of the fairy wars and everything like that, and it definitely fits to go off on like the slightest thing and just be, wait, where did he go? Oh no.
Uh-oh. God damn it, get back here.
All right, and Lou,
Still thinking.
that's okay.
Because I
How dare you?
think distraction or impulse. I think that's it. No, it says
Cool.
triggers for that then.
So yeah, basically the impulse types are indulgence, and so every impulse has a trigger and then a response that happens, and then a downtime action. Basically, the trigger is what causes it to happen. The response is, you know, what your character does to kind of like feed the impulse. Oh, Jay, your camera's gone.
Nuh-uh.
Yaha.
It has the little kitty cat.
And then the downtime action basically is when we do have the downtime actions. And if you are feeding into your impulse, you can gain grit back by doing this. So the options, the choices we have are indulgence, which is basically alcohol, drugs, something, food, something that basically you shouldn't be indulging in, but you do. Phobia, which something that something that will is your character is afraid of at a primal level. So like your downtime actions are going against certain people or things. Pride, being pride in like your elven heritage, things like that, or impetuous, and basically just having like that. Yeah, we're just gonna go off on this.
I think I'm gonna do phobia.
Okay. So sample phobias they have are claustrophobia, fear of the dark, fear of heights, fear of water, fear of monsters.
You could be Canadian in this? Sorry.
I was gonna say fire.
Well, come on. I mean, who likes the dark?
Right.
The majority of the people on this stream.
I have nightlight.
Yes.
But, hey.
Okay, fear of fire. All right, we're gonna have fun with that.
Uh-oh.
Yep, that's why we're gonna have fun with that.
So funny, like my other character was all druid of wildfire, and now I'm like, nope, no fire.
Fire bad.
Fire
Bad.
Alrighty.
Monster bad, fire pretty.
Yes.
Tree bad, fire pretty.
No!
Vampire bad, fire pretty.
Confused.
Tree bad, fire pretty.
Tree bad, fire pretty.
No. And I don't know what to do for downtime.
Lobster.
Hold on a second. Let me just go back to that then.
27.
The PDF just wants to take its sweet time sometimes.
This is wonderful and sweet and deserves to.
So for your downtime is just precautions. So like when your phobia gets triggered, your next time you guys get downtime, you have to spend at least one of your downtime actions fireproofing like your garden.
Yeah.
Like you basically become paranoid against gotta make sure.
It was either fire or deadly pests to my plants.
We can do insects and things like that. Here's the
It's not-
thing.
I don't. It's more that I'm afraid of the bugs themselves. I'm afraid of what they're gonna do to my pretty plants.
I mean, they're
That's
still
legit.
gross.
I can say we can make that the phobia. Like the fear
Yeah.
of lost year plants, just full lost year plants.
Lost of
Doesn't
plants.
have to be anything in particular. Like instead, we're basically turning it, instead of you being afraid of something in particular, you are afraid
Yeah.
of an action in particular. You're afraid of
Yeah.
losing the plants, losing your garden. Okay, that I can definitely work with more.
Oh no, that makes
Oh,
it even
no.
worse. Fire was very single avenued. One-way street.
We gonna rock
And
down
so
to-
we don't put anything down for downtime.
Your downtime action is precautions. So you have to spend a downtime action to basically try to like that is you checking all the plants, making sure they're all set, doing everything
Got
fine
it.
for that.
Got it.
So, then is my downtime action listed as night out?
Night owl.
Night out for indulgence.
Yeah.
Is that yeah.
Out.
Sorry, I can't keep on bouncing back and forth. So yeah, if that's the case, then yeah. And
Okay.
and that is more like you checking out and not actually doing anything conducive. Like you're not
Okay.
doing your job. You're not tending the
Okay.
food truck. You're not doing anything. You are taking the night off to go
Fair.
and get a rager.
Gremlins
You don't,
are getting into your alcohol stash, and
you don't necessarily have to
You're
go
throwing out.
out, but you
Okay.
have to at least.
Your brain
you
can't
have to
checked
stay
not
out.
here.
participate.
The brain is checked out.
Not imbibe.
So
Gotcha.
here comes one of my favorite parts of character creation.
Oh.
I have plenty of favorite parts. So
Sorry.
it is your ideology and your values. So what your ideology is it's basically
94.
so envoys are a thing. It's not just what the game calls players. You can go to any community and say, hey, I need to talk to your envoys. And they will point you in the direction of the people who are classified as envoys. And that is a kind of like standard thing that's been happening and springing up. The envoy movement is a thing. It's got different factions within this movement. And there are different people who, like, there's a reason you chose to be an envoy. And that's where your ideology comes in. And we're going to go through those different factions. And then you're going to have 3 values that are things that are personally important to you. And there's a sample list. And they're all going to be a bunch of I will and I can statements. So running through the ideologies, and basically there's a value that's listed for all those. That's going to go in your ideology section of your character sheet, where it says, top right in the character sheet, it says ideology, then value. So for your ideology, if I say a value of these factions that really resonates, you're like, that one, go ahead and like just snag it. So there's the neo-anarchist. I will never force someone to do something against their will, is their value. They become allies to basically, give people that kind of freedom. There's the aiders. I will always provide the aid I can to people who need it the most. There's the democratic revolutionists. I will always seek to empower the will of the majority over the interests of the few. Which is, again, it's kind of crazy and weird in our time. In this alternate history, that's even more radical.
Naturally.
There are the Sunlighters, who are about exposing the corruption of the world. So I will always expose corruption and exemplify transparency when wielding power. There's the Consecrated. I will always seek to better understand the wisdom of the gods. Ooh, that's a typo. Wisdom of the gods and act according to their teachings.
That makes more sense. Okay.
There's the Technologists. Ooh, come on. It was good. I will always seek to provide people with the technology they need to survive and thrive. The Enlightened. I will always seek to better myself and aid others in becoming the best versions of themselves. The Unbound. I will never respect any unjust law and fight any attempt to restrict the rights of people to do as they choose. The Greaser. I will always seek to make the system work better. So, greasing the wheels.
Oh, it's not like a...
Yeah, no, it's not like...
Okay.
It's not go grease lightning. It is...
Okay.
Tell me more. Did they all have a car?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, we did.
And then you can become a cynic. The cynic and the independents are basically...
Yeah, explain cynic to me. I noticed cynic also doesn't have a value.
Yeah, so the independent and the cynic are people who are becoming envoys without kind of choosing to become an envoy. The independent has something else that did... Like, the independent doesn't give a shit about the envoy movement, is becoming an envoy for some other reason. Whether that is because of the community, because of some other drive, or something else that's happening with them. The cynic is becoming an envoy because, somebody has to, plus, like they were told to. The cynic does not want to change. The cynic doesn't believe that the envoys can change the world. The cynic was told to do the job, and they'll do the job. But
they have ulterior motives.
No, not even that. It
literally says that.
You may have an ulterior motive, serve another cause, or simply do not care. It's you may have. It's basically, it's not necessarily one thing or another. It's okay. The whole thing about the cynic is you were told to do this job. You didn't really have a choice to do this job, one way or another. And then it's you basically saying, we'll do the job, but fuck it.
I feel like that one would work for my character.
I could see that. I could also see like neo-anarchists.
Mm-hmm.
of just, So I guess the big question is,
Or maybe an aider, one or the other.
yeah, or the unjust or unbound. Unbound, I could definitely see. I will never respect any unjust law and fight any attempts to restrict the rights of people to do as they choose.
That's a pretty good value right there.
Because here's the thing. I think deep down, because if we're going with the Dean Winchester inspiration,
Mhm.
I think Dean would love everyone to believe he was a cynic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
honestly, he's an aider when it comes down to it.
Yeah, he's
'Cause they
basically
go from place to place,
yeah.
saving people,
That's what I
hunting
think.
things.
Yeah.
Family
business.
The family biz. I picked
God
Aegis.
damn it, Sammy.
So yeah,
Uh.
it's like a cynic. A cynic would literally be like, my character's being forced into this kicking and screaming. I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna line this to line my own pockets and that kind of shit. But it's not.
Aider it is.
Alrighty. Anyone else got another idea?
Aiderade.
I did
Eight.
Aider.
Aider as well. All right.
Yeah.
Aiderade.
Garbage day.
I'm thinking Sunlighter makes sense for my character.
I could definitely see Sunlight or Unbound make the most sense for your character.
Yeah.
Oh man. Clock, I'm so proud of you right now, dude.
Aegis.
I was thinking technologist.
Yeah, that's where I was leaning for your character as well.
'Cause I'm going Cyber Yeti all the way here. So
Technology. What is it? How do you use it?
I have no idea.
So when we enter it into our sheets,
Yep.
what are the values? Or
So
are
the
we doing
value
that
values.
next?
That's literally what we're about to start. Thank you for the
Okay,
segue,
sorry.
Jay. No.
Sorry.
good.
Go on.
These are going to be 3 I will statements for your character that are basically like just 3 things that if you play D&D 5th edition, like there's the ideals and the flaws and like these are just like these are quick sentences to help you kind of course correct and role play your character. Like they're not going to give mechanically one way or another, but there are 3 things to kind of like remember where your character is coming from. And they can be, because there's values and then there's corrupted values. So the example they give of a corrupted value is, instead of saying, I will make sure my family is financially secure, that's a value. The corrupted value is, I will never pass up an opportunity to make money. Do you guys see the difference on those 2 statements?
yeah.
Yes.
That corrupted value is basically, and you can have those and make those a thing that will change or evolve. And if you do that, you get 5 bonus fortune to pick a corrupted value, because again, it gives me more of a hook to fuck with your character. And now you want them to be I will statements. And here's some example values I'm going to put up on the screen. It's on page 97.
Mhm.
These are not like the be all and end all. These can be things,
I
but
will
these are things
survive,
that
yeah.
help us with.
I saw it too, Jay.
At first,
Don't
I was
worry.
afraid. I was petrified.
When I was reading through this earlier, I saw the I will do everything I can to help a child or children, even at the risk of me and my community. And I was thinking about that earlier because it seemed like it would be, something that I could, that also you could have fun with.
Yeah.
We have to take a detour, the entire convoy, to go help this child over here.
Okay.
And then the
definitely
child
fits.
ends up being evil, knowing my luck. Like some Lilith type
Evil.
thing.
There's a good one right there towards the top of my shared screen, Lou, for your character. I will act to create a verdant environment and oppose environmental harm.
Yeah, I was looking for a third one.
Who's got ones they want to say?
Would that, by the way, would that count as a corrupted value because it could be at the expense of other people, or?
I mean, I could see it as if you reword that. Well, no, it is kind of the same wording. I'll give it to you. I'll give you the 5 extra fortune for it.
Noise.
Lou, what 3 do you have?
Well, I picked the one you gave me, but then I also have I will only kill if my life or those closest to me are threatened. I also have I will do all I can to help those around me.
Nice. Again, it solidly just reinforces your character, and it's everything you've described about them. Absolutely.
Yes.
Anyone else got 3 they want to talk about?
Something like I'll save the innocent even at the risk of my own life.
I see that.
That's
Okay.
about right.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
do that. I will not go back to Purgatorium. Only Purgatorium will be working for the man.
Yeah, I will not
Only
go back
the
to the
man
daytime.
is
The man.
other wage people. I will not go back to food service.
There you go.
Wait.
I will die before I go back to food service. That is not food service that is not owned, operated by me.
Yeah.
Well, I will
I
only
have
accept
to
the
be in
best
charge.
quality of food
Huh?
because to
Okay.
me that means
Longer
Oh, yeah,
life.
for the orc characters, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That just means you need 1 more, buddy.
Fab Clyde.
How you doing, Butters?
Well, I've got at least 2. I like the
Yeah.
I will never steal because I'm going with the anti-corruption
Mm-hmm.
with the sunlighters. I kind of like the I will survive.
Do it.
Just do what it takes. Then the third one is. I was kind of thinking the I will not go back to Purgatorium since I was kicked out of the Lawjack, so I'm not going back to. I'm not going back to that authority figure type. So I'm not going back to basically back to the man. I'm not going back to being told what justice is and how it should be edited out, I guess.
Absolutely, that works.
Can you
I could
change
also
it
see.
to I will not be so long-winded?
No.
No.
Love you.
I could
Good
also
luck
see
with that
things
one.
like
Boss of me.
I will not put my life in someone's hands or believe what they say unless they earn it. That's a good one. That was towards the top of the list.
Let me see.
That would, it could kind of fit with the whole paranoid aspect of your character of the, you know.
Oh, of the elves, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
I just thought of a double entendre for our community name.
No.
I'd
Like if
to
we're
double her
assassins, we
entendre.
take them out, like take people out.
Mm.
So it's Spring Street take out or
That
take
was-
out.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's why I suggested that one.
I got there.
You got there. Proud of you.
Yay!
Proud of
I
you,
got
boo.
there.
All right. Does everyone have 3 values?
No.
Okay. What's another value for your character? What are you thinking of?
I don't know.
What are the 2 you have again?
I will not set the
Uh,
world on fire.
That's not
That
true.
is. I was gonna say, come on, that's not a value I have in real life, let alone.
Fair.
I will only serve top quality food, and I will save people, even at the risk of my own well-being. I will eat every cheeseburger I can.
No.
Mm.
I like this one for your character because it kind of fits with the Dean Winchester
I will
aspect.
show
Plus,
devotion
I'll see it.
to those who act with kindness towards me. I mean, if they're hot.
Pudding.
Sorry. So that was in character.
Uh huh.
My goodness.
No, I'll always help those in need. Yeah. I feel like that's already kind of always help those in need. I feel like that's already kind of there.
Yeah, you've already got that one set up.
Yeah. No, I said do whatever it takes to get the job done, but I feel like that also is covered
Yeah.
with what I said.
I always put my community people first.
Meh.
Yeah. Okay.
Meh.
Maybe not so much. That doesn't sound like a maybe.
I'm sorry.
Mm.
No.
There you go.
Love you.
I will protect those who walk into fire with me.
Ooh.
I like
Yeah,
that.
Pretty good.
Sorry.
I will give it up for the homies.
I will let it down. I will turn around and lose her.
I will give it up for the homies.
That's the same thing. It's essentially
Yeah.
what he said.
Pretty much. Okay, so then we're going to also come up with 2 dramatic hooks for your characters. These are basically long-term goals that I get to like feed into things and, you know, mess with your character. Like examples they give are, I want to find out what happened to my missing sister. I want to become a master Yojin. I need to find a way to get expensive medical treatment for my son. My granddaughter's got involved in a crime family, and I need to get her out. Like what's something long term for your character?
The trail of X's causing me problems. Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, these are
Wow.
basically just these are things that I can just down the line be like, oh, and then we're gonna do this to you.
Okay.
My character wants to get paid, but I want them to realize they actually care about stuff.
Oh my god.
So again, these are just dramatic hooks that are, things that help drive your character.
Two
I want.
dramatic hooks.
My character does go. I want them to go dramatically.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna go down in flames.
We each have to pick 2 of these.
You just have to pick 2 of these. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna move on just because it's getting a little late in the video and everything. You don't have to worry about them right now. Like, just keep them in mind, and you guys have time to kind of fill those out and let me know about them when you have them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have the relation package. So basically,
Relations. Talk about relations, huh?
yeah, exactly. So you basically, each player gets to choose one of these relationship packages, and they're gonna give a basically group of NPC. I know, it's a little word term, but it's basically groups of NPCs that your character knows. And it's things like the friends and family package. Come on down. Which has parents, siblings, and friends, which have lower influence but higher regard for you. The I know people. So like a Baru, a mid-level executive, an expert, a fence. A Baru, a boss, an expert, fence, like that kind of stuff. Underworld contacts, crime syndicate, crime boss, muscle, fence. Best friend,
High caliber
medic.
contact package. Nice.
Yes. And if you look at that one, it is literally, you have a best friend who has no influence but loves you, and you have a big leg who has a lot of influence and does not give a fuck about you.
Really care about you. Yeah.
So yeah, basically look through these kind of, and you guys don't have to like write these all down or do anything like that. Put them in your notes for now, and we don't even have to like fill them out until we're in game. And during game, if you're like, hold on, I've got a free spot for a crime boss. I know, Billy the Squig who's in this area, and we're gonna go have a quick conversation with him.
Good old Billy.
Squid?
I said Squig actually, because
Oh, okay.
I had orcs in my head. look through them
Johnny
all.
the nose.
Choose a package for your character. Write that down in notes. And again, it's nothing we have to really like hash out now. It's just something for you to think about and you to be able to pull out. Like, wait, hold on, I know these.
Okay. So we don't have to only choose from the one, though? So, like, all of our contacts don't all have to only be friends and family?
No. You choose one package. So the Underworld Contact package, the Community Life package, the Friends and Family package, whatever. And when you choose that package, then you have that set of contacts. Like, if you choose the I Know People, you have either a Baru, a mid-level executive, a expert or fence, or you have a Baru, a boss, an expert or a fence.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was community life.
Community Life is the doctor, expert, teacher, busybody, jumper, and alchemical mage.
Yeah. Duh.
Never mind. I know which one I want though.
Which one?
Let's change the world.
Yeah, that
I
fits.
feel like that's a damn good one for me. Does Bobby know a guy for that?
Bobby knows 50. Bobby is the guy for that.
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah, using Supernatural as a reference, that's the thing. It's like them calling up Bobby out of nowhere, or them calling up, like, oh, we're fighting vampires? Let's get that one skeevy vampire slayer who we know.
Buffy?
Gordon.
No, yeah, was it Gordon? Was the creepy one who turned into one of himself?
Yeah, the one who's played by Sterling K. Brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, vampires get too much shit.
It's true. Benny's pretty cool.
And the Jets?
Yes.
All right, so now you have the option of choosing debt. You
Great.
can have up to 2 debts with people. Basically, these will accumulate interest during downtime. They'll give you a starting bonus of 5 fortune for each debt you take, and then it'll start accruing interest and everything like that, unless you start hurting your cast level. Does anyone want to start with debt, or is that going to be something you guys are going to go down the line?
I'll have debt.
Okay. How many debts? Are you taking 1 or 2?
Give me 2. I
Alright.
owe some people some stuff.
So you have 10 starting fortune, or 10 plus 10 starting fortune. So keep that in mind.
So that's what, 285?
Yes.
I feel like I should
attention
probably
to
have a debt because I needed to
Yeah.
get all this custom shit for my food rig.
Okay.
'Cause big.
If anything,
But-
I feel like people owe my character because
Yeah,
I pay them for seeds. They give me shit. You know.
You
Here,
have
I pay you for
overhead.
seeds now. Yeah, I have the
Yeah.
overhead here.
We've got debt, you've got overhead.
So
Yeah,
where would
I'm
that
gonna
put
probably
me?
take one too.
Okay. So just
Yeah,
mark down the
you
5.
Well, I think I'm going Underworld Contacts, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have some debts there.
All right. Now we come to the.
Through.
Sorry, what was that, Tellulah?
I wasn't sure how much or what I was doing for debt.
Oh,
Same.
sorry. If basically you could choose 1 or 2 debts. For each debt you take, you gain 5 fortune upon taking the debt.
So it's all because we are the lower middle caste.
Yes, because you guys are lower middle caste. Every time you take a debt, you gain 5 fortune.
Gotcha. So
and
okay,
then-
so this isn't describing the amount of our debt, it's just describing how much fortune we're getting from.
Yes.
Okay.
And then basically you are dealing with level 4 rank people doing that, and then every downtime you don't pay back. So first downtime, if you don't pay back 7 fortune, it starts getting worse, and then other things start happening.
Interesting.
So and that's
It-
7
it's just
faction.
interest.
Yeah, yeah, it's
That is true.
So literally,
and
it is
that's-
interesting.
But yeah, it's 7 fortune per debt. And then if you don't pay it back, so some bad things will happen, and then on the next on the next downtime, it'll be 9 interest, and then it'll just keep on going until you guys pay it back.
Sorry. 9 interest.
Everyone's set with their debt?
I mean,
Not
I'm
yet.
no, I
having
That's
have
why we still
trouble.
have it.
I'm
that.
trying to type in the relations box, and I'm having utter confusion
Confusion, snows.
because it'll
Butters?
disappear, and then when I try, like in other boxes, it'll just shrink down everything. No, not in the relations area because there's too many boxes.
Ah.
Butters has that problem at work a lot.
I do. I really do.
It's not a euphemism, it's true.
Yeah, also true. All right. So while we're working on that, we get to now choose attribute scores. So there are 6 attributes that your character has access to. They all start at 0, and 0 is the average person. So the average person has between 0 and 2 in their attributes. Once you hit 3 in an attribute, that shows some actual like training and dedication into it.
Or natural ability.
Or natural ability.
Run +3.
Because Aegis is Yetin is beefy as shit.
I'm a
And
big
I get extra Aegis.
You
Yeah.
do get extra Aegis.
What do elves get again?
Well, I think someone's get you get a higher agility. I think is what you
Yeah,
chose.
I did the agility. Yeah.
So after you choose your attributes, you get to bump your agility up by 1.
Okay.
All right. So just going down the list, we have brawn, which is physical strength and toughness. Agility, which is reflexes and quickness. Wit is intelligence, education, street smart, and critical thinking. Awareness is observing and processing the world around them. Will is your ability to resist temptation, preserve under non-physical threats and temptations. And charisma is how it's how you look, how you persuade others, where your gravitas is. And one thing that's really cool is they came up with this handy dandy array system. Yes. So you start off with 35 points of fortune that they say, hey, you should put these 35 points into attributes. And this is what that would get you. You have 4 options here. And it's either a 3, a bunch of 2s, and a 1, 2 3s, a 2, 2 1s, and a 0, etc., etc. So basically, you want to use these to kind of fill out your attribute list, and you want to keep in mind like what skills are going to affect what. So, for example, Aegis wants to use cybertech. That goes off of wit. Aegis should have a good wit. Both Jay and Tellulah will want to have a solid will for magical arts, where if Tellulah is focusing on casting spells, they will want to have a higher magical art, or a higher will for that. And if Jay is going to split between, using abilities that are magical and also punching people in the face, he's going to want to go to melee combat, which is off of agility. Make sense?
Yes.
And how?
So
go
this
ahead.
is the way I'm reading this. By the way, you can't go above a 7 in any attribute, even with like your lineage whatevers.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't be able to put more than 4 points into brawn because that would take me to 7. And okay.
And you also can't have an attribute can be higher than 4 at character creation. So you guys are you're all capped at 4 at character creation. So the highest agility that Tellulah can have before adding stuff is a 3. Aegis, you can only add 1 to your brawn, that kind of stuff.
Okay. How much fortune did you say we start off with, by the way?
275.
Okay.
And they recommend 35 going into your attributes, and that's what these arrays are that I have on the screen.
Okay. And so, but because I have debt, I'm actually 280.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, you're 285 because you have the corrupted value as well.
Oh yeah, look at me go.
Us elves get a +1 in agility, correct?
Yes, after you put your attributes in.
Right.
So-
So 3 for that one. Oh, brawn is gonna be 0.
Yeah, you're not going to be lifting much, bud.
It's okay, I got you, homie.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
you'll be
You
fine.
Yeah.
I helped.
Got you. And I helped.
And I helped. Yeah.
Hmm.
Do I get an extra +2? Should we be filling this out now?
Yeah, you guys are filling out your attributes right now.
Uh-oh.
Now, as we
Buddy.
gain fortune over time,
Yes.
these will level up over time. Do we
Yeah, you
just
can-
get to pick where we want to put them?
Yeah, like you're going to gain a fortune pool over time, and whether you feed them into the community, into your skills, into your attributes, into your paradigms, all that comes through, It's also used to like buy gear and things like that.
Now, I'm gonna want some brawn too, right?
Yes. Brawn's going to help you with some damage on things, but
Right.
agility is the actual hitting of things. So brawn, like high brawn, low agility means that you won't hit much, but when you do hit, bad things are going to happen.
I'm noticing on the sheet anyway that brawn doesn't affect anything on its own. It's only brawn / agility for physicality.
For physicality, yeah. So like brawn gains benefits to like your health and your your guard is where brawn comes through.
You said we have 35 to work with.
Yeah, 35 to work with. If you look on the screen I have right now or on page 101, it's got a breakdown of 4 different arrays for you. That'll give you like this is 35 points broken down a couple different ways to look at it.
Right.
Because one fortune doesn't go into one level. I was looking at that too. I
Yeah.
didn't see until I scrolled down.
So yeah.
So for example, Jay, if you want to spread yourself out a bit more, option 1 is probably going to be your best bet.
Okay. So like I
With-
would throw like 3 into agility
Three
or whatever.
3 into either will or agility, depending on if you want to be more resistant to magic or more attacking physically. And then the 2s into everything, and then 1 into like maybe your smarts or your cunning. I think it is. I'm
The
learning.
what?
I think I've got mine figured.
Agility?
Wit. Sorry.
Oh, wit.
So put 1 into wit.
And
Oh,
then
Batman.
2s into everything except for your 1-3.
Now, if I do brawn 3, agility 2, will 2, would that still make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Because I like my characters to have like a decent amount of health.
Yeah, that's very fair.
All right, cool. Because I don't know about you, but I've seen Dean get some weird shit. So I mean, poor guy, eaten by invisible hellhounds. Get the fuck out of here.
And everyone, let me know when you are done with your attributes.
Oh,
Yeah,
Uh,
I think
I think I'm done. I mean,
Okay.
obviously we just discussed it.
yeah.
Now, what do we put in like the bottom bit there?
What bottom bit are you talking about?
Oh, so it's agility, brawn, wit, charisma, awareness, will, and then that all leads into that middle pocket there.
I don't think the
Yeah.
middle pocket has a particular. I see it, but
It could be for like a portrait.
Oh, okay.
yeah, the section
That's
the
where
section
I'm-
is for
yeah.
the portrait, and then this could be for a title or something like that. There's nothing that's.
A title?
That's
Yeah,
where I'm
like-
just adding up all of my my fortune that I'm putting into attributes.
Yeah, that could work too. Butters, you made like 37 old man noises when we asked about the
I
attributes.
mean,
So what happened?
that happens. Well, I just wanted your take.
Yep.
So I've got awareness and wit at 3 and 3.
Okay.
So I picked option 2.
Okay.
Agility, I put a 1 in there because I'm raising that to a 2.
Yep.
Brawn, I didn't want to have a -1. So I just put a 1 in there, lowered
Okay.
that to a 0, and then 0 will.
Okay.
Sounds
Where
about
is
right
your
for my
other
character.
2 going? That would be charisma for the other 2?
Oh, yeah, charisma for the other 2.
Okay. That works.
I think that works for my guy.
I could also
lost.
Okay, where are you lost? Let's find you.
I know for a fact that I'm doing will and agility as being pretty high up there.
Yes.
And you said 35 points, right?
Yes. So if you look at the look at my screen that I've shared with you guys, this is 35. This is 35 points broken down over the 6 different attributes.
Yeah.
So I guess here's the thing: is your character going to be like full on caster? Like everything is going to be? So then I would pick option 3 then. I'd put that 4 into will, and then 1's into everything else, and then you're going to basically lose 1 to your brawn that goes to 0, and then your agility is going to go up to 2.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think.
Aegis, how we doing?
I'm just trying to figure out what to do for my last one, because right now I've got 4 in brawn because I have my +3. I've got 2 for charisma because I gotta be selling them burgers.
Yeah.
2. I got 2 in willpower, but I was thinking maybe not because I have indulgence as my. Whatchamacallit, so.
It kind of conflicts with each other.
Kind of conflicts with the willpower, but I feel like I can keep it at 2 would be okay.
Yeah.
And then I have wit at 3 because the need.
Yeah.
And then